Okay, so get an idea of what I got. I ordered these from TV Jones directly, and these are what they call blemished. And anyway, I've heard different amounts of blemish can be on them and stuff, but I'm having a really hard time finding anything on them, any marks or anything. Not having a perfect pair next to them to compare against, I can't swear as to what the difference is, but so far I am pleased with what I've got here. And there's another screw right there. There we go. And also came with some instructions on how high to set your strings over the pickups, and also some wiring stuff here. I'm going to wire them the same way I've got these wired in here, so that's not big difference. And then some other information on the back there, and TV Jones universal mount instructions showing you how to put the ears on and all of that stuff. So we're going to get started with that, and then once I get the ears mounted, we'll start pulling them out, and won't need those. It did come with some foam to put down in the bottom if you are mounting in a solid body guitar and you need some foam underneath them to push them up. And looks like we've got clip system for the neck and clip system for the bridge right here. And inside of that, if I can get it to fall out in my hand here. Inside of that we have two ears, and we have two springs with the mounting things there, and then two to mount your ears on. So this one is for the bridge. So on the back here, they're labeled bridge, and the other one, of course, is labeled not bridge. Also, don't know if you can see it there, but there's some little ears here that are going to mount right into the holes right here, those two holes, so you don't get that confused. Let's just go ahead, and did say in the instructions to be careful not to over tighten, because you're using a steel screw into a brass tab. So I'm going to go ahead and set those loosely and then get my screwdriver on it and tighten that up. Alright, so I'm finding it easier to put the screw in and then kind of hold it on there with a couple of fingers and screw it into spin it back, instead of trying to set the tab on the pickup first. And then it's just a matter of getting those tabs to line up as you tighten it up. And there you are. Okay, so tabs are on. Set those over there in a safe spot. All these little parts gonna go over there too. Okay, now to work on this thing. I'm gonna put a capo up here on the first fret. That may be out of camera, and tune everything down. This will go a lot faster on camera. I do have to be careful of this bridge. This is a roller bridge, and those rollers are just set in there with tension. They don't, when they come out, it is, oh my gosh, not any fun when they come out in pieces. All right. I've misplaced a tool that I had that I used to, that has a 1/4-inch jack on it. So what I'm going to do here, I have to loosen this jack and let it fall inside because of the length of wires that are there, which is not really that big a deal as long as you have a way of fishing it back out. So what I'm doing here is putting this big old wire through it that has a fish hook on the end of it. And that way, well, looks like I may have to loosen these as well. Okay, now I have these taken out. Before I go cutting wires, I'm going to go ahead and install these into the holders, and this is the neck, so it's going to go in the neck one. Okay. Well, we have a bit of an issue here that the neck pickups are just slightly thinner this way, which is no big deal, but they are thicker this way. Let's see if the other one's that way. I may have to get out the Dremel and do just a hint of sanding on that to get it to go. And so, yep, that one's the same way. Okay, so let's gently push this back so we don't lose anything. Set that stuff aside for now. Set this aside. Actually, these are the things I need to work on just a bit. The camera angle's not the best for this. There we go. Okay, so the way I finally figured out how to get these started is to get one side, set it on some cardboard, and so that the ears are flat down on the cardboard, and we're going to get one side started. The springs are long enough that they will compress all the way to the end of the end. So I'm lining that up on the bottom and looking at it, and then I can press down with one hand on the bracket and get it to find the hole and get started. Once you get one to start, the other one is a lot easier. Getting that first one started is a bit of a pain. Nope. There it is. Just took a little bit of doing is all. Patience is a virtue. So say we all. I'm going to cut these fairly long, but so that I can both get, if I want to use these again, I can, but I also want to be able to get my my wire long enough that I can reach it and solder it. Consult our diagram here. Black is the shield and white is the not shield. Okay, so black is the shield, and let's go ahead and tin that. All right, got that one. Let's move on to the next one. Don't know how well you can see that, but just did the same thing. Twist the shield wire together, and then I'm going to strip this inner wire. Just very carefully. Okay. see if I can fish that pot back up where it goes. Well, you might notice a light level change and a big skip in progress here. I ran out of memory last night while I was swatting mosquitoes and trying to finish this thing up. But I've got the pickups in and everything restrung. Now I need to set the height, and on our it gives suggestions here, so I'm going to go get my gauge and get started with that. Okay, so looking at my stuff here, I know you're at the side angle here, looking at what's going on, but it's calling for, on the neck pickup, 3/16 on either side to the bed of the pickup, not to the tops of the pole pieces. And this the large side, the 6-string side, could be up to 7/32. So get a ruler on it here, see how close we are. So that's got to come up. All right. Bit. Okay, and the bridge pickup is 5/32. Okay, so you can tell already that's got to come up higher. Oh, get the right screw here. That's important. There. Okay, that one's a little too high. Still a little up. That's pretty close right there. All right. Just got a little cleanup to do there. All right, stay tuned for a play check. Okay, to my ears, just without even running the playback, they sound a lot brighter than the stock pickups that came with the kit. Now I have noticed that when I roll the tone off, there's a huge drop in, when it's all the way off, there's a huge drop in volume level, which I don't think is the pickups. I think it's maybe this pot right here. If I just bring it back just a little bit, then I don't get the change, especially here on the... If I don't quite roll this all the way off, I feel like I get just a little bit better sound. Anyway, so I think I'm pretty pleased with the TV Jones. We'll see how they respond when I pump them through a pedal and play some real tunes on them. But that'll be later today before I get a chance to do that. And hopefully it'll be a really good upgrade for this guitar. So we'll see you next time.